a 34-year-old team owner on the brink of bankruptcy, and a 55-year-old engineer labeled as retired just dominated a major racing championship. The Cove Racing team took the podium, winning against global giants with decades of industry dominance and massive R&D budgets. The technical architect behind that win was Hiroki Onodera. He spent 37 years at Yamaha, perfecting 16,000 RPM redlines and lightweight three-cylinder designs. Late in his career, Yamaha's management decided his age was a signal to step aside. They prioritized a corporate retirement schedule over his decades of specific technical dry goods. This victory is a study in management economics. It proves that when a large organization misprices its senior talent, a smaller competitor can use that discarded value to build a product that suppresses the original market leader. Zhang Shui, the team owner, didn't need to be an engineer. His skill was identifying an asset the market had overlooked and placing a heavy bet on its recovery. He managed Onodera through thorn pulling. He eliminated the engineer's financial anxieties and granted him total technical autonomy to design the bike exactly as he saw fit. In a standard corporation, a high-value asset is buried under layers of compliance metrics and rigid hierarchy, choking off output. Zhang Shui's model bypasses this bureaucracy. By removing obstacles, he allowed 37 years of engineering experience to manifest directly in the machine. Leading experts isn't about teaching them their craft. It's about systematically removing the institutional thorns that stop them from practicing it. That same mispricing of human capital happens every day in the abstract architecture of enterprise technology. Edward Chai's technical baseline began in 1975, the era of the Apple II. Over the next 4 decades, he saw the industry transition from raw silicon to cloud architecture. He started as a black hand in IC sales, handling physical chips like these, before eventually moving into the verification and design of military-grade hardware. During his final 12 years at a major hardware firm, Edward received 5 consecutive C grades. There were no performance improvement plans and no feedback, only a mandatory retirement notice when he turned 65. His organization saw an expiring liability. In reality, they were looking at a living defensive system and chose to walk away from it. When Edward was forced out, he took with him an unwritten map of every failure he had witnessed over 40 years. This is FMEA, Failure Mode and Effects Analysis. For Edward, it's not a spreadsheet, it's a map of institutional trauma. He knows which choices survive testing, only to explode in mass production. He identifies silent failures, where compliance reports are faked to bypass security. Discarding an architect like Edward discards the map to a minefield the company has already spent millions to navigate. Edward chose to automate his own wisdom, rather than wait for a manager to recognize its value. He's feeding 40 years of failure modes and root cause logic into an AI model designed to detect systemic risk. If current workflows are broken, standard AI simply helps organizations step on existing landmines much faster. Edward's solution uses AI as an automated thorn puller. It flags high-risk patterns before the company's AI deployment can accelerate them into a disaster. He took the record of 12 years of corporate friction and turned it into a defensive system to catch those same errors for a new employer. This is a story of restoration, of taking immense technical value and returning it to a position where it can actually function. Solving an organization's systemic blind spots doesn't require waiting for a savior executive to arrive. Your company already possesses these failure maps. They are the unrecorded memories of the veterans who absorbed every mistake made over the last decade. The question is whether you will remove the obstacles and put that experience to work, or if you will continue to wait for your system to fail.